Hi, I'm Rob, and together with Raewyn, we're off on another adventure back to our favourite Waikawau DOC camp. Join us in this episode as we explore more of the Coromandel Peninsula.
We're just packing up after 4 glorious days at Waikawau DOC camp. I know we've been here a couple of months ago and made a video about our family fun, and this time we did a few adventurous things. We took the ute and we drove all the way to Fletcher's Bay and checked out our old haunt, Fantail Bay. That was a lot of fun, but I did forget how bad the roads were and how dodgy were the cliffs and the drop-offs, but she was fun. We also went for a walk to the little bay just around the corner. That was great as well, so hope you enjoy this video. We decided to spend the night at Coromandel NZMCA Park. It took us a couple of minutes of discussion before we picked a decent park. For those who don't know what an NZMCA park is, the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association has about 70 or 80 parks around New Zealand for its members to stay in. They're a low cost, no frills, secure place to park. We liked the vibe in Coromandel and went out to explore the town. Yeah, Raewyn even found an op shop, and she even bought a couple of plants to take on holiday with us. After our exploration of the town, the mothership was docked to the ute and away we went. Another scenic drive through Colville and a little bit of gravel road, and would be at our destination, Waikawau. Waikawau DOC Camp is an amazing place. It covers about 5 hectares and can accommodate over 1,200 campers, and is totally full at the peak of the season. What? Some rude people have taken our favourite spot. But hey, we found another favourite spot. It actually really suited us and worked out really good. We set up and had a healthy lunch. I had to have a beer just because I could. Then it was down to the beach to relax and swim, and then we relaxed and swum because that's what we're there for. Later on we had the bestest dinner ever and had another walk on the beach. One of the benefits of having a fifth wheel is the ability to leave the van at the campsite and go and explore in the ute, and that's just what we did the next day. One of our old haunts was Fantail Bay, and that was one of our destinations. But we intended to go right up to the end of the peninsula to Fletcher's Bay. We hadn't ventured up that side of the peninsula for years, so we packed a good lunch and away we went. We hadn't gone far up the western side of the peninsula and came across this lot. A big group on what looked like postie bikes. I think Honda 150cc or the like. They looked like they were having a blast. familiar sights on the way. The old red barn, where we used to camp nearby for years before Fantail Bay became a favourite. There used to be an abundance of scallops in the area, but they're long gone, ripped up by the commercial guys. Damn sad. We reached Fantail Bay and we must be spoilt by all the huge, well-kept dock camps we've been to in recent years. It seems so small and run down. Only one toilet was left and one shower block for the whole campsite. But we have great memories of family camping there. But hey, the toilet seat is definitely a classic. Now, to say that the road from Fantail Bay to Fletcher's Bay is exciting would probably be an understatement. Cliffs on one side and God knows how far down to the sea on the other side. I was quite comfortable driving, but probably because Rain was on the seaside looking at the sea way below. I just drove with my fingers crossed, hoping nothing was coming the other way. There was only one-way track and nowhere to pull over. Fletcher's is a large, well-kept camp. The last time we were here, we were staying at Stony Bay and walked right around the top of the peninsula to Fletcher's Bay, a 20k awesome track and a good workout for a couple of oldies. After a relax and a lovely lunch, we headed back to Waikawau. And we're back on that awesome highway. Uh-oh, and what do you know? Oncoming traffic. We were on a slight corner and Rain had to get out and check for traffic behind us as we backed until we found space to let the truck pass. We definitely would have had a small problem if we were towing the mothership. More reminiscing. The old granite wharf. No old crane on it now. It must have been so rusty it was a health and safety risk. They tore it down. It was built in 1918 to take granite by scow to Auckland. It was used till about 1960 when granite was transported from the quarry by truck. Arrived back at the camp, a quick rehydrate and back to the beat. Good grief, there's those posties again. Got the Weber in action for a lovely dinner. We always like to have an evening walk on the beach after dinner, especially when it's as big as the one we just had. It was such a clear night I attempted some astrophotography with my iPhone. Today we're going to walk all the way to Little Bay. What else that was about 1.5 k's, isn't it? found an access to the bay and made our way down to the beach. Now this is one cool beach. Of course I had to have a play with the little Neo drone. So awesome how you can throw it in your pocket or backpack and it's out and in action in seconds. If you look from Little Bay, you can see Waikawau in the background. Good for launching the boat. And go and get another big snapper from out there. Oh, look at this, right? I wondered where the boat trailer was, but how cool is that? Drive your boat to the beach, into the sea, catch a dinner and drive back home. Amazing. Whoa, another amphibious boat parked up at a house ready for action. Back to camp, and after a relax it's time to fire up the Weber and make some damn yummy smash burgers. Beer. We must have beer when using the barbecue. After dinner and a clean up was back to the beach for a refreshing swim and then a cold shower on the way back to the van. This is our shower, eh? That's your shower there, girl frog. Unfortunately, the next morning it was time to pack up and break camp. By the time I've packed up the outside, the inside jobs have been done by the onto it Raewyn. I can't actually remember discussing job allocations, but We just do what we think should be done. I'm on the outside and Rain on the inside, and it just works perfectly. By 10 AM we're moving out. Drive out through the camp will give you an idea of the size of the camp. Another cruisy drive home with a compulsory stop at the Colville store. We did find a relatively new Coromandel dump station, so we emptied our tanks ready for our next adventure. Over the Kopu Bridge, through Turua, the very picturesque Karangahaki Gorge, and oh dear, back into the Tauranga traffic jam. Oh, no wonder there's a backup. A 3-car nose-to-tail was merged to one lane. The traffic was soon back to normal and we arrived home safe and sound, ready for our next adventure. It was truly an awesome few days at Waikawau, but I was disappointed that we couldn't get any drone fishing in there. I mean, that was one of the purposes we went there, but it wasn't to be the consistent little breeze. I was just not confident to take the little Maverick up, but hey, I have plans. It's not going to happen again, I'll tell you.
Yeah, man, I've been waiting for that one. Thank you.
Woohoo! So next time you'll find out what I've done to rectify the situation. Yeah, looking forward to the next little trip and see what we can come up with. So next time you'll find out what I've done to rectify the situation. Yeah, looking forward to the next little trip and see what we can come up with. So next time you'll find out what I've done to rectify the situation. Yeah, looking forward to the next little trip and see what we can come up with. So next time you'll find out what I've done to rectify the situation. Yeah, looking forward to the next little trip and see what we can come up with. So next time you'll find out what I've done to rectify the situation. Yeah, looking forward to the next little trip and see what we can come up with.